All right, guys, I want to introduce you to a rifle named Wichita. You can see it's got a very unusual pattern. I met a guy who is the owner of a hydro dipping company, and I wish I could remember his name. I've actually bought this, I would say 4 or 5 years ago. But I bought this rifle from him because he is actually going to change the pattern. He says, look, this was my display. It hasn't been fired. It's brand new. He wanted to get rid of it. And I said, man, I would be happy to be an owner of it. So this is Wichita. I don't think you've seen it on the channel. It is a 223 DPMS is what it is. And what I've done is I took off the other scope that I originally had running on it and put on this Photon Sightmark. It is a, I think 3x14 or 2.5 by something. I really don't remember the details, but we're going to sight this in because I wanted you to see it before, let me turn it around, before you start seeing it on some, probably some raccoon hunts, maybe some pig hunts. I doubt it. I'll use this one. This one prefers very light ammunition, actually 40 grain ballistic tip. That's what it prefers. So I'm going to dedicate this one for varmint hunting, maybe some coyote hunting. Okay, so coyote, raccoon, maybe some small feral hog, but I don't think this one will handle the big hog unless you can put the shot very precisely. But anyway, that's where we're at with this one. We're going to sight this brand new scope. It's not brand new. It's an older model. I picked it up cheap at a pawn shop, and it's going to serve its purpose. The reason I liked it is because it does have its own audio record, but it is in black and white. So even in the daylight, you're just going to get a black and white picture. All right, so here we go. We're going to sight this thing in. Let's see what it does. I'm lucky because when I took the scope off, this laser was already sighted in for pest control. So this laser is going to help me zero this scope in. So we're going to click this on. Maybe I might be able to see this in the daylight. I don't know. Take my ears off for right now. All right, we're gonna walk over here to the targets just to show you where it's hitting. My son and I had to get a little creative and use a tin can to give it actually a dark Dr. Pepper can. What we did, we cut it out and flattened it out and stapled it to the target so that we can get a dark contrast against the white target paper. All right, I removed the Dr. Pepper can. You can see where it was actually right there. You can see how many times we shot. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rounds right here to get that. Hey, my son thought that maybe maybe the ammo would vary a little bit. Truthfully, there's 3 rounds in that hole right there. So the gun is very accurate with the Winchester ballistic tip 40 grain. And I've shot all sorts of ammo out of it. It absolutely prefers that ammo. That's why I've dedicated it only for varmints. All right, so we put the Dr. Pepper can on this target. And the first shot at that distance, because the bullet is rising, hit right there. And then the next shot hit right there. At that distance, at 100 yards with that photon, he zooms in and takes the shot. But as soon as he hits the 1 shot 0, it zooms out to about 3 power. Now 3 power at 100 yards in black and white against this, we couldn't see that fluorescence, so we could actually see this tin can, but all he's doing is aiming right in the center. All right, and this is where it's hitting. So that's about 1 inch. So I think that's good enough. I mean, we could probably give it maybe 1 or 2 clicks, but the problem is that, like I said, it switches over from whatever 9 power. As soon as you hit the 1 shot 0, it switches over, and you have to adjust the 1 shot 0 at 3 power, and it's not detailed enough. But anyway, that's not bad for a 100-yard shot. I can hit a piglet with that. So we're ready to go. Or put it this way, a coyote or a raccoon is going to have a really bad day. All right, well, so much for 1 shot 0. It took about 15 rounds to get this thing sighted in. You really can't see, sorry for my language. You really can't see much at 25 or 50. In other words, because it's black and white, you can't see the color differences in the target, and it's not that clear. But thanks to my son, he came thanks to my son for his help in getting this thing zeroed in at 100. So that was not easy, and I don't know. But anyway, at least it's sighted in. It's ready to go. I did have to put a riser. There's no place to put your cheek and still line up the your eyeball with this scope. But okay, it's sighted in. We're ready to get some varmints killed with it. Thanks. Bye.